Alright, so time for a video on graphing inequalities, and these are going to be linear inequalities, so one variable. So quick refresher, you have a couple things. First off, you have less than and less than or equal to signs, and those are going to mean you're going to shade to the left. Now how I remember that is if you kind of made a little dotted arrow, that is a really bad arrow, pointing to the left side. So if you kind of follow the signs, it'll help you out in that way. And then you also have a greater than and a greater than or equal to sign. And if you were to draw a little arrow, we can see they're pointing to the right. So you're going to shade to the right. Ooh. The second thing, you have greater than and less than signs. And you have greater than or equal to and less than or equal to signs. So these are going to be an open circle on the number, so like this. And then if it's equal to, it's going to be a closed circle. Shaded in like such, because it can be equal to it, so we shade it in. Okay? The last important thing is your variable has to be on the right. Now, that's to follow this rule right here. So if you make sure your variable is on the right side, then you can follow the cool arrow thing. If not, you gotta do some really hard learning in your brain. Okay, so on number 1, you've got a is less than -6. So we're gonna go to -6 on the number line. It's gonna be an open circle because there is no equal to sign. And then since that arrow is pointing this way, I'm going to shade to the left. So anything on that side is going to be a solution. So -10, -1,000, anything like that, but not -6. Okay. On number 2, you've got b is less than 0. So let's find 0. It's going to be a open circle. I'm going to shade to the left with an arrow because it goes on forever. And then all those numbers are going to be in my solution set. All right. And then on number 3, you've got k is greater than or equal to -5. So find -5. In this case, it would be closed in because it is equal to. And then an arrow is pointing this way, which means to the right. So I'm going to shade to the right. So then everything to the right of that number would fit that inequality. Now 4, 5, and 6 look different, and they look different because your variable is on the right side. So quick, easy fix is to turn the whole problem around. So I now want n to be on the left side. I want the 5 to be on the right side. Now I don't want to change the problem, so let's see how this alligator little person was eating the variable, or opening up to the variable. That still needs to be the case over here. So I flip it around with that inequality sign. All right, and then you can graph it using the rules we just learned. If you go to a 5, closed circle, and we're going to be shaded to the right. Okay, so why don't you try 5 and 6 on your own? Press pause, and we'll go over them. All right, so number 5, if you turn your whole problem around, you have n is greater than or equal to a -1. So you're going to close circle on -1, everything to the right. On number 6, you need to flip everything around to make it a less than sign, and then that's what you get. Okay, so that's how you graph inequalities. Now, let's look at writing inequalities. And so, cool thing is you get to pick your favorite letter. And since my name starts with a K, first name at least, I'm going to use K. So you write your letter. It's a whole lot easier if you do it on the left side. I'm going to go ahead and do that for all these. And then notice how this arrow is pointing that way. So that's our greater than sign right there. It is a closed in circle on a -6. So it's going to be an equal to sign. And then you put the number on the right side. Okay? All right, on number 8, same thing, -3 is your number. So it's going to go on the right side. If you draw a little arrow over here, you can see that it's a less than sign. And then it is closed in, so it is equal to. All right, so why don't you try 9 and 10 on your own? Press pause, and we'll go over the answers. All right, you should have got K is greater than 1, not equal to because it's open, and K is less than -3, again, not equal to because it was an open circle. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions on graphing linear inequalities in one variable. You can move on to solving them now. Thanks for watching.